20 be one to remember. Drive away with an Axio car from Predo Baby. With 4 different options to win, follow us on Facebook at Predo Baby South America. Predo Baby diaper is known for its premium quality and high absorbency level. It keeps your baby dry and comfortable with its stretchy waistband. Available in regular paste and pull-up pants style from newborn to stage 7. See press for details or contact us on 233-2473. Predo Baby, the diaper of the new generation.
This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Hello and welcome to your news at noon right here in Kaieteur Radio that comes to you with the compliments of Predo Baby. I am Kevin Smith. Let's get to the top stories we are tracking. CGX to bill Guyana $155 million for one dry well on quarantine block. In the Belgium coke bust, 3 customs officers in custody over deleted scanner images. Home invaders shot by Temeri businessman. And Dr. Cummings says government decision to extend curfew could have dire consequences on population. And returning back to the Belgium coke bust, Kanu finds improvised explosives in Belgium bust raid. Stay tuned to stay informed.
You don't have to be a fountain of knowledge to help children with their schoolwork while they're at home. But you do have to be caring, understanding, loving, and patient. It's an unsettling time for everyone, but children still need a safe and secure environment. So don't overwhelm them with endless news items or problems. Keep them gainfully occupied and amused, exercised and rested. Protect our children. A message from the Child Care and Protection Agency, Ministry of Human Services and Social Security, and UNICEF.
Before we get to the news in detail, let's get to today's front page comment of the Kaieteur News. No more deception, no more trickery. Vice President Jagdeo thinks he is a real smart man. That Guyanese are dumbos and that they cannot see through his cleverness. Suddenly he is serious about block owners paying taxes. This man thinks that only he has sense and that we're all fools. Our promise is this. Kanji and Kaieteur represent only the beginning. There is much more and much worse to come, and this nation will get to see what other foolishness and distractions will be delivered then. Now that the revelations and pressure from Kaieteur keep intensifying, Jagdeo blundered with his position about no laws were broken when the Kanji and Kaieteur blocks. When that collapsed, he distracts like some cunning Santa Claus with the gifts of taxes. That is small change in the bigger picture. We want back the Kanji and Kaieteur plots. The nation wants its rightful share and information with those 2 blocks. It doesn't want to hear about taxes or any such belated damage control. Mr. Jagdeo, stop trying to deflect attention from what is wrong, vulgar, and deceptive. Come clean with the big story about the big Kanji and Kaieteur giveaways. Stop practicing tricks. Own up and tell the truth about the Kanji and Kaieteur. Promise the people that there will not be any new deceptions. Now for the news in detail. Following its first discovery of significant amounts of hydrocarbon at the Liza well in the Stabroek Block, ExxonMobil quickly put Guyana on notice that it is owed $450 million in exploration costs. Following an examination of the latest financial statements of CGX Resources, it is clear that this exploration company is poised to do exactly what ExxonMobil did to Guyana, should it make a commercial discovery on its Quarantine block. CGX noted that it will recover $155 million against any future commercial production. Importantly, CGX said that these costs are brought forward from the original Quarantine license. The company's latest financial report notes that the original Quarantine petroleum agreement was awarded in 1998, following which the company began an active exploration program consisting of a 1,800 km seismic acquisition. Let's tell you now that as police continue their probe into Belgium's 11.5 tons of seizure of cocaine shipped from Guyana, Kanu has reported that 3 customs officers attached to GRA were taken into custody. Their arrest comes after it was discovered that the scanned images of the containers taken at the Georgetown City's port were deleted. It is understood that 4 containers left Guyana on September 25th, shipped by Marlon Primo's MA Trading of Atlanticville, East Coast Demerara, to the consignee Latraco Recycling BV, Netherlands. But according to sources, only 3 of those containers were scanned and the images were later deleted. Under regulations, containers considered to be high risk leaving Guyana have to be scanned at the facility on Lombard Street, Georgetown, as part of the country's protocols for exports. It would have been impossible for the container to have escaped GRA's system of being scanned. Now, GRA is attempting to retrieve the images. Let's tell you now that a home invader is now dead after being shot by a Temeri businessman whose home he invaded yesterday. While the police did not release a name, the dead man is identified as a 26-year-old of Alliance Road squatting area, Temeri. The businessman, 42-year-old Baldio Ramprasad, said that he was in bed with his wife when he was awakened by a strange noise coming from his bedroom door. Baldio reported that he made checks and observed that his doorknob was moving as if someone were trying to get in. The businessman armed himself with his licensed shotgun and loaded it with 3 cartridges. Upon opening his door, he saw a shadow moving outside and began to give chase. After running and making several gestures as if he has a gun, the bandit was eventually shot. An investigation into the matter is still ongoing. Let's tell you now that by extending the curfew despite the increase in cases, the government has shown that it is not serious and it is incapable of bringing the COVID-19 pandemic under control, a situation that could have dire consequences on the population. Well, this is according to Dr. Karen Cummings. She accused the new administration of failing to work in the best interest of the people during the COVID-19 pandemic. Alluding to Guyana's growing COVID-19 mortality rate, she said that the move by the government to extend the curfew has contributed to the increase. Dr. Cummings stressed that the extension of the curfew hours from 10:30 p.m. to 4 a.m. is sending mixed messages to the populace. The former minister said that small gatherings seen in social clubs and bars could become hotspots or clusters for the spread of the virus. Let's tell you now that Kanu investigators and local enforcement officers during a recent search encountered a home rigged with improvised explosives as the probe continues into the recent massive drug bust by the Belgian authorities. This was confirmed yesterday by Guyana's Home Affairs Minister Robson Ben, who revealed that over the past 2 days, Kanu ranks conducted a string of raids with the leads taking them to a particular house in the capital. According to Ben, when the investigating ranks arrived, the house was rigged with explosives. Sources disclosed that when the officers arrived at the East Coast Demerara home, during the evening hours, they discovered what appeared to be a leaking gas bottle rigged up to a microwave that was left on. It is now 12 hours 9. Stay tuned, we will return with more news after the break. Welcome back. Let us continue with the news. Almost 1 week after a minor was stabbed and killed, allegedly by a Brazilian man at Balamani Bakdam in Region 7, the deceased is yet to be identified. Meanwhile, the suspect is still being sought by the police. According to information from the Ghana Police Force, the suspect's known places of residence are Boa Vista, Brazil, and Balamani Bakdam. The police report revealed that the stabbing incident happened on November 3rd, 2020. On the day in question, the suspect, the deceased and another minor, Vivian LaCruz of St. Ignatius, Latham, were imbibing when an argument erupted between them. As a result of the argument, the suspect whipped out a knife and dealt the deceased and LaCruz multiple stabs about their bodies before escaping on foot. The investigation into the murder and attempted murder are ongoing. And moving on, a driver's condition is considered critical after he lost control of his motor car on Sunday and slammed into a median at Prospect East Bank, Demerara. Currently admitted at the Georgetown Public Hospital is 26-year-old Mark Anthony Singh of Covent Garden. Singh crashed into the median at around 3 hours 50. According to a police report, at the time of the accident, Singh was reportedly proceeding south along the western carriageway of the East Bank Public Road at a fast rate. An unconscious and severely injured Singh had to be pulled from the wreckage by public-spirited citizens and immediately transported to the Georgetown Public Hospital. In other news, the Georgetown Mayor and City Council will be approaching the High Court for a direction on how to proceed on the issue of hiring new administrative staff in the absence of a local government commission. The council has been mulling the issue of hiring a new town clerk and several other administrative staffers after the recently dissolved LGC decided against approving its list of potential employees. So far, members have been divided on the matter. APNU AFC Council Representative Heston Bostwick has since contended that the issue of not hiring the key staffers will put the council's operational capacity at a further disadvantage. Bostwick complained that such a decision should not be left up to the LGC, which has been dissolved. Let's tell you now that due to the efforts by Aurora Gold Mines, now Jijin Mining Group, to complete the preparation for the full resumption of operations, a number of former and new employees were hired. These and other details were revealed by AGM in a missive to President of the National Mine Workers Union of Guyana, Shervin Downer. Last August, Jijin Mining Group, one of the largest gold, copper and zinc producers in China, secured the acquisition of Guyana gold fields for Canadian $323 million. In other news, President of the Council for Foreign Relations, Richard Haass, has posited that even if the results of the U.S. 2020 presidential election goes in the seeming direction with Democratic nominee Joe Biden becoming president, Republican nominee and current President Donald Trump will still hold considerable power and influence long after he cedes his office. The New York-based think tank made this assessment in its Election 2020 series. Haass said that Trump is probably going to have considerable influence in choosing the Republican Party's nominee for the U.S. 2024 presidential election, and that Trumpism will remain a powerful force in America. And now for your COVID-19 update. The number of worldwide coronavirus cases, according to Worldometer, has reached 51,407,990, with deaths at 1,271,855. Recovery cases has reached 36,199,519. Locally, the Ministry of Health yesterday announced a new COVID-19 fatality, an 80-year-old from Region 4. Her death increases Guyana's COVID-19 death toll to 135. The Health Ministry also recorded 10 new COVID-19 cases, taking the total number of confirmed cases to 4,524. During this week, it is expected that critical care COVID-19 patients at the Georgetown Public Hospital will be transferred to the ICU at the Liliendahl Infectious Disease Hospital, better known as the Ocean View COVID-19 Hospital. This disclosure was given by a senior health official at the hospital who stated that they are already gearing up for the long-awaited transfer of patients. These critical care patients are persons who require treatment in the COVID-19 ICU at the Georgetown Public Hospital since they have deteriorating symptoms. And coming from CNN, the U.S. topped 10 million coronavirus cases on Monday, just hours after drug maker Pfizer announced that an early analysis of its coronavirus vaccine trial showed it is more than 90% effective, a much better than expected efficacy if the trend continues. World leaders welcomed the breakthrough and stocks surge in hopes of an economic recovery as Pfizer said it plans to seek emergency use authorization from the U.S. FDA. It is now 12 hours 15, and that brings us to the end of today's News at Noon. Remember, the news came to you with the compliments of Predo Baby. I am Kevin Smith. Thank you for listening.
Let December 2020 be one to remember. Drive away with an Axio car from Predo Baby with 4 different options to win. Follow us on Facebook at Predo Baby South America. Predo Baby diaper is known for its premium quality and high absorbency level. It keeps your baby dry and comfortable with its stretchy waistband. Available in regular paste and pull-up pants style from newborn to stage 7. See press for details or contact us on 233-2473. Predo Baby, the diaper of the new generation.